Hello everyone, and welcome back to another week of the Anthropodcast, our monobug stream of Pokémon LeafGreen. As always, I am Archaic, Bulbagarden webmaster, resident old trainer yelling at Altaria, and it's good to be back because I've not played any games at all over the past week. Instead, I've been watching more of them, in the sense of the World Cup. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! We actually beat Turkey is a bit ridiculous. Anyway. Don't have all this food talk now. I only just finished dinner. I don't want to feel hungry again. Alright, now, I don't think we're strong enough to take on Misty. In fact, let's remind ourselves... let's remind ourselves what we have. We have a Paris. It's not very good. It will probably never be very good, even once a Parasect, but we have it. We have... I mean, we didn't even bother naming it, let's put it that way. We have a Beedrill. Beedrill is still not very good, but we should get Twineedle soon, I think. And we have our Butterfree, who will be the star of this run. Should be. With Confusion, we don't need to train that more right now. We need to get the Beedrill up. I think once Beedrill's level 20, once Paris has any decent levels, we can challenge Misty. But first, we need to challenge Nugget Bridge, and hopefully not die. Catch my wager. No, he did not make any wagers with me. Oh good, a weak Caterpie. Maybe we can actually do decently here after all. Oh, Barrett's definitely going to get some experience then. Yeah, I think Australia's next match is in a couple of days against the United States, so that's going to be the interesting one. Ooh, and this will be painful. That's quite effective. Ah, dang it. Okay, Paris. Oh, okay, you can make one more attack and then you're getting out of there. At least that gets Paris to level 14. Oh, it's a Metapod. Oh, I can make... how much is that going to do? Okay, I'll scratch a little. We'll see if we can take this out before... No, we have no hope of taking that out. Let's get out the Beedrill. Now we're very fortunate that we can go back and heal after every battle, because I think that's exactly what we're going to have to do here. Otherwise it's just going to be far too painful. But yeah, watching the World Cup's been rather interesting. I appreciate the fact that many of the traditional powerhouses are not doing particularly well. Like, seeing Cape Verde keeping Spain to was a 0-all draw, I think, for that match. That was pretty good. They deserved that. Apparently chickens exist in the Pokemon universe. I don't recall this, but okay. I mean, depending on which timeline you look at, there's either outright regular animals around or there's nothing. Early on, you were more likely to see regular animals. But now that they've started filling everything out with more species. On a how's eyes? He says he's got chicken skin. Okay, so here's the thing. Are there any Pokemon that are known as chicken Pokemon? Look, we don't know on what basis they call it a chicken Pokemon, but it can be it. Yeah, if Torchic species type is the chicken Pokemon, then that's the explanation. It means there may be other chicken Pokemon, but that's the only one we know about so far. I still see that pose looks extremely uncomfortable. And if that Pidgey has Gust, I am going to be in a world of pain. Ooh. Goodbye, Paris. Paris, you are taking one for the team, because I cannot afford to swap out. Pokemon of real animals, Snowy. Hello there, Norman. Oh, wait, that's part poison, isn't it? That might be that effective. Really need to needle. But yeah, in non-World Cup news, I got word from my immigration lawyers today that my visa should be approved this week. So, yay! I will finally be well, a temporary resident of this country. Which means I can finally open a bank account here. Which is just in time, because we also saw news this week that IKEA is finally opening up here in Costa Rica soon. They're currently hiring people and they're going to start with online orders. So it's like, finally I can actually buy all the Billy bookshelves I need to put this gigantic collection of manga and books up. We've still got... thank goodness! I was afraid we might have to wait a while. Get rid of Heart. Yeah, we're not getting a physical store yet. They're just starting with online sales. We will get a physical store eventually. I don't know where. Like, you would hope that they'd have it here in the Central Valley, but they might be going to some of the areas with lots of American expats, like Guanacaste. We'll see. I mean, here's the real question, Snowy. What are they eating? Like, what are burgers made out of in the Pokemon world? You would think it would make the most sense for it to be in the capital, but it kind of depends where all the people with money are. And frankly, also where they can actually manage to put it. I suspect it might be a little harder to... like, finding a gigantic bit of land that you could actually put it and that you could easily service with, well, from wherever they get to put their warehouse is another question. Like, certainly the Central Valley's not the poorest area. I mean, well, it's probably the richest area, but it kind of depends who they think their primary customers are. And it wouldn't surprise me if they don't actually decide on where they're going to put that store until after they've been doing the online sales for a while. Because if they find, like, majority of their customers are in Guanacaste, I imagine they'd put the store there instead of here in San Jose. But we'll see. I mean, as it is, I have no idea how much their stuff's going to cost. I'm hoping it will be reasonable. Because I've been comparing all furniture prices here so far to what what similar things at IKEA were back in Australia, and a lot of furniture here is pretty expensive. I'm going to swap out, I think. Like Paris gets some experience from that. I probably should have put Butterfree. Would have knocked it out a lot quicker, but whatever. I want the experience on Beedrill. Yeah, I've got to say, moving to Costa Rica, like, oh, Argentina's already scored? Oh, that means it's Argentina. Who am I kidding? Actually, I have to admit, I did wonder, should I not stream during the World Cup? But then I'm like, how many weeks is the World Cup going with these group stages? Oh, Algeria won, Argentina nothing? Jeez, once again, the mighty are falling. Ah! That's a pity. Ooh, that's dangerous. I'm not even going to try and fight that there. That is going to hurt me. Yeah, I mean, I've not been able to play games at all the past week, except for a little time on my 3DS playing a little bit of Nintendo Pocket Football Club. Just because it's basically the most recent soccer game I have. Well, actually, no, that's not true. The most recent one I have on a Nintendo console. The others are all freebies that I would have gotten on Epic. But yeah, like, normally I don't watch sports, but World Cup is one of the few exceptions I make. It's pretty much World Cup, State of Origin back in Australia, NRL Grand Finals if Brisbane's in it, AFL Grand Finals if Brisbane's in it. That's basically it. One good thing about the World Cup thing, so okay, I've been watching the World Cup using a VPN to watch on SBS back in Australia, because here in Costa Rica, Teletica, one of the terrestrial TV networks, has only 32 matches, so they have like one match a day. And then the majority of the matches are on Fox Plus. And, I mean, obviously I don't have Fox Plus, so I have no way to watch it except by using a VPN. And somehow it works with SBS On Demand in Australia, so... I mean, yes, Costa Rica, that's where I live now. You want to see the game? You want to say, I wanted to understand what was being said and how the game's going. Like, you can keep me updated, because I'm not going to be able to watch this one. Obviously, the stream, the game should end by the time this stream ends. How many languages do I know? I call it 2. I know English. I am not fluent in Japanese, but I know quite a bit. And I'm not at all fluent in Spanish. But I can understand a surprising amount. Like, I can't speak it. I'm horrible at speaking Spanish, but like, I can read enough Spanish to get by, and I can understand enough of it when it's being spoken to me. Congratulations, you beat our 5 contest trainers. Fabulous prize! 1 nugget. What? You want to join Team Rocket? I forgot about this. Now, see, a game where you actually join Team Rocket would be fun, but they'd never let us, unfortunately. But yeah, so as I was saying, I've been watching the World Cup on SBS On Demand, so I've been seeing Australian ads. And I am sick of the Australian McDonald's ad for the World Cup with like Beckham getting the limited edition cup that doesn't have his face on it. It's like, just give me something else already. Oh, drats, that's right, you can't switch out of rap. Well, sorry Paris, you're dead. Oh, wait. Am I gonna knock out? No! Drats. This would almost certainly be a European copy. So I don't think we can do that free nugget thing. That would be it. The like 5 cups of actual soccer players, and then 1 of Grimace for some reason. Not that I recognise most of them. The ability to become top lane team up. Don't think the opportunity. Neither this chance go to waste. Oh, I wonder if the Australian version... Actually, which version is this? Because it was on the Australian eShop. Did they give us the Australian version or did they give us the US version? Was there a difference? You know, I don't know if there was a difference back in the day or not. There might be. I mean, we always got things after America, so we usually got versions with bug fixes. Anyway, we've done Nugget Bridge. I think we've already fought those 2, right? Yeah, okay. I think we can possibly do Misty. We shall see. And this is why we save, just in case. Okay, she's only got 2... Is it Staryu and... No, it'd be Star... It's Staryu and Gyarados, right? I think we've got the first half of this battle pretty easy. The question is going to be what she's got second. Like if it's a Starmie, that's easy, but it's not going to be a Starmie, is it? Oh, it is! Oh, jeez, then this is all we need to do. As long as that's not going to confuse me. Ah, we're good. Probably. Oh. Right, let's start the Paris. Well. Oh, of course she's got a freaking super potion. Oh dear. Okay. So we're possibly going to lose this. By which I mean we're almost certainly going to lose this. Because confusion is going to be pretty useless here. Oh, let's see if we can cheese it. And we got... We lost... Oh, yeah. I mean, we already learnt a decent bug move. The problem is we lost to confusion. Okay, well, I think we go north for a little bit longer then. If we can get Paris up a bit, it... Like, I feel like it'd be best to start against the Stami with... with Paris out, and just hit it with a stun spore so that Beedrill can get in more hits. Like, we can probably take on the Star U with Butterfree then. That's probably going to make more sense. Oh, hello there, Quagsire. How are you doing? Not tomorrow. Yeah, it's still a... It's still taking me a while to get used to the time zone differences, I'll admit. Actually, that reminds me, I need to do something tomorrow for back in Australia, because this month is the last month of financial year in Australia, and I've got deadlines I need to meet for that, and I don't want to miss them because I've gotten the date wrong because I'm a day behind. I'm going to need to change that out for, I guess, Beedrill. I assume you use the food because of Kasumi. Have I found any differences? I mean, I've been here several times before. Fruit... Okay, so I guess we'll talk about supermarkets and so forth. Eggs. Eggs are cheap here. As in, like, the equivalent of, say, $3 Australian will buy me, like, what, minimum 18 eggs? Yes, they are unrefrigerated. I mean, we refrigerate them ourselves after. That's not a problem. But yeah, they do come in the stores unrefrigerated. But they're also unwashed. So, like the American ones in the US, because they come washed, you can't put them in the fridge because then that can be dangerous. But because the ones here come unwashed, it's okay to put them straight in the fridge. Sorry, that's $3 Australian for 18. 18? Wait. Yeah, no, I think that, and that was, to be clear, that's an expensive pack. I can get a lot more for a lot less if I'm willing to buy like a pack of 36 eggs or whatever. Like compared to Australia, where I'd probably be paying what, $6, $7 for a pack of 12. Again, Australian dollars, but still. Like it's much cheaper. Vegetables, I mean, kind of depends where you go. Prices are all over the place. I mean, we really want to go to the farmers markets. Oh, yogurt. I'm missing good yogurt. Like, most of the yogurt sold in this country is like watery, drinkable yogurt. And the only yogurt I found that was more like what I'm used to is it was a newly released product from Danone, and it was very sour. So yogurts are something I'm having trouble finding. Ice cream's also very expensive here. It's called yogurt. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the yogurt front. We actually recently got a Ninja Creamy. Ooh, Abra. Okay. Right. It's just gonna run. So Pokeball and hope. No. Yeah, remember how we said we've got that rule that we can't move on to the next area until we've got every single Pokemon that I can catch in my dex? Abra's going to be a pain. But yeah, so like we actually recently bought a Ninja Creamy, so I'm thinking I might try and make a frozen yogurt with like one of the local yogurts and see if that's any better. But if it's not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And yeah, like ice cream, extremely expensive. Like double, triple the cost what I'd pay in Australia. So that's something that I'm not really buying right now. Ironically enough, ice cream from like an ice creamery, as in like when you're just buying cones or whatever, is about the same price as I would have paid in Australia. But buying an actual tub of ice cream is very expensive. And put it in perspective, Snowy, in Australia I could get cheap supermarket ice cream at about, what, 4 litres for $10. Here, the cheapest ice cream I could find, I'd probably pay about $10 for 2 litres. And that's the cheap stuff. We're not... I mean, I know you can pay $10 for 2 litres in Australia for some of the high-end brands too, but no one buys them when they're not on sale. Please don't get knocked out before I get you healed. Oh, of course. What else am I missing here? Oh, Wheat Bix. Yes, I was a Wheat Bix kid. I've not found any Wheat Bix here, or Weetabix, which was invented by the same guy that did Wheat Bix, who also invented Vita Brits. All 3 of the wheat biscuit cereals were invented by the same person, for different companies at different times. True story, look it up. I can't find anything like that here. I'm stuck buying like cheap supermarket cornflakes, not official brand cornflakes, just cheap stuff, because that's... I mean, cereals here are actually quite expensive. Scratch it. Maybe I should switch up. What else am I finding different in the supermarket? Cheeses are somewhat different, but in a good way. Though it would be nice if I could find more low-fat cheese that I could like put on wraps and so forth. Just stay here. Use confusion. What else is different? I mean, I've been surprised how many brands from Australia are actually here. Like, when I want to find branded items, I haven't had that problem. Oh, okay, I guess that's the other thing. I am struggling to find good Asian ingredients and to find good sauces at appropriate prices. Well, specifically, oddly enough, hot sauce. What the heck? That's a critical hit and a half. Like, I want to find a nice, decent spicy sauce, but I haven't actually found one, which seems ridiculous when I'm in Latin America. Like, even going, and actually going to restaurants, like, I'm sick of having to tell people I am not a gringo. Like, I can actually have spicy foods. A gringo. It's a Latin American term for someone from the US. And I don't think it's not from Latin America in general, or maybe it is, but it's generally used to denote people from the US. And at least in Costa Rica, it's probably more specifically like the kind of person from the US who goes to foreign countries and tries to do everything in English, and when people don't understand him, he just speaks English louder and slower. Like that kind of guy. I mean, for me, it's not painful at all, Snowy. If anything, I kind of need the spice to be able to taste, I find. And to be fair, I was like that before COVID, so it's not a COVID symptom. When a tourist actually, yeah, definitely. Unless they're from Nicaragua, in which case they're come huevos, and that's a long explanation that goes with that. The short version of that is that there's some places in Costa Rica that a lot of Nicaraguan tourists used to go very frequently, and that you could easily differentiate them from the locals because all the Nicaraguans, for whatever reason, would be eating boiled eggs. So they were come huevos. Or so the story I've been told goes. Like, I won't pretend to be an expert on this. Now they're just looking for a Brazilian store for your spices. I mean, I haven't, like, I'm struggling to find good foreign stores as is. Like, that, I found 2 Asian supermarkets that are both part of the same chain, and they're more like corner stores. They don't have good selection. Like, I haven't found any dashi. Like, I need dashi so I can make proper ramen. That they do have aka miso, so I've at least got the type of miso I prefer, but it doesn't make for a good broth without dashi. And a few other things like that. I mean, like, some things being more expensive, I kind of expected. It's kind of balanced by having much lower taxes for a lot of other things. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is part of the problem, that a lot of stores don't necessarily have gigantic varieties for everything. Like, not compared to what I'm used to, so that does make it a little harder to find a few things. Yeah, I haven't been that fortunate. I mean, eventually we're going to go into Barrio Chino, so Chinatown, and try what's supposed to be a big Asian supermarket there. So hopefully that'll have what I want. Can I make my own dashi? I might. Very old archaic lore here. About 20 years ago, I worked at a Japanese restaurant as, well, I guess I was the head kitchen hand. I have made dashi before for a restaurant. I possibly could, but having worked at a restaurant before made me learn to hate cooking. And I'm not sure I want to go through the hassle of making dashi. But I guess I could if I had to. but frankly, I generally prefer to just buy like the cheap Dushy powder that keeps having to making just a small quantity of Dushy for immediate use is a bit of a pain, but it's not like geez, how long would it even last? I don't know. At the restaurant, whatever we made would be gone by the end of the day, so I don't actually know how long it would last in the fridge or whatever. If I whatever. Oh, and I just looking over saw a few alerts that didn't pop up for me. I need to work on the well, also this is my last stream on the laptop. I've got my desktop working again now, so by next week I should have it properly configured, and hopefully I can manage to fully configure all the alerts so I'll actually get these. So okay, Snowy reached 25 stream streak. Donut and On reached a 15 stream streak. Very nice. And Progressive J-Log used a lurk, which didn't come up, which probably should have. Oh, this is Nob. This is Hiken Nog. Nob Ogasawa. So for those of you who don't know, Nob Ogasawa, translator for the games up until, what was it? Platinum? Around there? I can't remember. Anyway, I won the Game Boy he used to translate all the Pokemon Game Boy titles in a charity auction years ago. And yep, and very soon you will be able to see it. So I don't know when they're going to be putting out press releases and so forth, but when I left Australia, I gave a number of items from my personal collection to a museum in Australia that has a large gaming collection. So very soon, and hopefully there'll be announcements soon, I've got to wait for them to get things ready, but very soon there will be an exhibit in Australia that you can go to see that. You will also be able to see, what did I leave them? A variety of special edition Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS consoles, a large collection of Australian Nintendo Magazine System magazines, a few other things. As for pics, well, once they've done all their announcements, I can share the pics. I did take photos of everything, obviously, to send to them when we were discussing the it going into their collection. So. I forgot about that. But yeah, I was actually surprised at some of the things that they didn't take for the museum, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, honestly, I was afraid that if we brought them here, that they could get damaged. And I mean, we have had things that did get damaged during shipping. So, including a few of these boxes that actually broke open. We don't seem to have lost anything, thankfully, but well, we don't think so. We're still going to check on a couple of things. I mean, there's a few things we're still looking for that we haven't found yet, so, but we've still got a few boxes to go. Secret power? Wait a second. Isn't that the one we can buy? Is it secret power or hidden power that we can buy? Because if we can buy the TM later, then we can use this now, potentially. And for this stage of the game, that is a very strong attack. Can someone check and tell me if that's the TM I can buy in Celadon? It is? Oh, excellent. Okay, who do we give it to? Is the question. I feel like if we're going to give it to anyone, it has to be Paris, right? Well, see, Beedrill already has several decent physical attacks, and as well as a super effective attack against the Starmie, so I don't really need that to be I don't really need to give it that attack yet, but Paris has nothing, right? Like, what does Paris learn anytime soon? Like, what, Paris gets Leech Life soon, and I don't know, when's it learn Slash? That should be like low 30s, I think. I think it's low 30s. Alright, well, if we can... Level 31, yeah, okay. So, I think we give this to Paris, get rid of Scratch. And that just made the run a whole lot easier. Oh, we didn't even need to get rid of Scratch, did we? We only had 3 attacks. Cool, okay. We should be able to win against Misty now. But I guess we should... Actually, we should finish up north first. May as well commit to finishing it off since we're already there. Leech Life 19 slash... Yeah, so like it's not going to get a decent attack anytime soon. So it was always going to get taught secret power. Oh geez, yeah, Paris evolves at 24, so it... Oh, what level would Parasect get it then? It's kind of pathetic that that only did enough damage to take it halfway. Oh jeez, okay. Yeah, let's move to battle free, or we're not going to do anywhere near enough damage. Alright, well, before we move on, we should get ourselves the Pokemon, shouldn't we? So, what, they've got Bugs, Pidgey, Oddish, no wait, does it have Oddish? No, that was a trainer who had Oddish. We saw a Bellsprout in the grass. Oh, dang it. Abra and Bellsprout. Okay. I don't know if Quick Balls exist, but if they do, we can't use them as per the rules. Pokeballs only. Okay, so just 2 Pokemon to catch then. Unless... Wait, when do we get the old rod? Balls Gen 4, yes, sir. Welcome back, Dale. Those 2 down there are trainers I can challenge or not. It's a lot harder to control this when walking, or when running than I thought. Old Rod's Vermilion, okay, so we'd have to come back here to get the Magikarp, but we can get a Magikarp anywhere, so we'll just get that once we've got an Old Rod. See if we can find the Bellsprout and Abra. There's an Abra. Can we catch it? That's gonna happen a lot, isn't it? Well, I don't want to know what the odds are. I just know they're not going to be anywhere near as high as I'd like them to be. Like, this is going to be extremely painful, isn't it? Like, just so long as it has a decent appearance rate. Like, I'll take a... Jeez, I'll take a 10% even. Please don't knock out. so the catch rate not as bad as what it could be. Okay, good. Not as bad as it could be says to me, like, it's not 5%. So I'm pretty sure the catch rates in this game would be in increments of 5%. That should mean it's at least 10. Actually, wait. No, they're not in increments of 5, are they? Well, whatever. So, average 15%. Okay. We can. Those numbers don't sound too bad. Okay, I think we can just run from these wild Pokemon now if they're not Abras. Well, maybe we'll bash something up so Paris can get to level 18, but... I'm just trying to think, what would I need to make teleport fail? There is actually anything that I could realistically have on any of these bug Pokemon that could make it fail. Sleep status only works if I go first. Like, do we really think that Abra is going to go second? I mean, I guess we can try. Actually, Parasec's the only one with sleep powder. Wait, no, Paris does not have sleep powder. Paris has poison powder and stun spore. If we're going to try a sleep strategy, I need to get the Butterfree out. Like, technically we could just be defeating all of these wild Pokemon to get some more experience and grind ourselves up. But honestly, if we do that, we're not going to have a lot of challenge in the long run, so... ZA without buying any items. Yeah. Like... Buying in what sense? So, like, which items? Like, getting through the game without buying any Pokeballs would be a pain. Any. So, like, you can't buy even your Mega Stones. And there's Abra. That was nowhere near as painful. I mean, I'd say the most painful thing of doing a like cash money items run is that you're not going to be able to change your look because you can't buy outfits. And do you really want to just be wearing the basic outfit for the entire game? Okay. Now we start with the Butterfree, swap to Paris to paralyze the Starmie. Yeah, no, we'll stop. Switch to Paris to paralyze the Starmie, then we switch to Beedrill and Twineedle, and I guess that's our strategy. So there is there altered dialogue? I remember someone actually did that, and did a YouTube video showing here's what happens if you already have the money by the time you get up to that arc. It doesn't change much, if anything. I mean, it's possible. It is absolutely possible. It is just tedious. Okay. If I sleep powder... Yeah, he's still quicker than Butterfree, so... I think we're going to whittle them down with Butterfree as much as possible. Then we'll switch into Paris and see what we can actually manage. I swear, if just using sleep powder and tackle is enough to win this, that would just be ridiculous. But I want to see if I can solo the game out to Rogue or just tapping. I'm pretty sure that's not too tedious. That's doable. Ah, dang it! I forgot the super potion. I should have swapped out to something that could have got a super effective hit. Okay, Paris time. Stun Spore. Okay, Beedrill should be able to get 3 attacks off now. So we'll get off what attacks we can here. And Tornado for the win. And that's badge 2. Whew. What was that? Hydrate. Can you wait on the hydrates, Snowy? I just had dinner before starting the stream, so I'm already full. Water Pulse obviously is... Actually, we should have a quick look in here. What do we have? So obviously Water Pulse is not usable on anyone. Bullet Seed is actually usable on Paris, but we're probably not using it. Rock Tomb, not usable. Attract is probably usable on something. Thief is usable, isn't it? Yeah, all of them can use Thief. Looked like I needed water. Ha ha ha. Thief is one attack that I really need to think about, because I don't think we can find another Thief in the wild anyway, can we? And we can't buy it. And I suspect it's my only dark type attack that I have access to anywhere. Might not be essential. I mean, we'll just use bugs against the psychics after all. But I'm just trying to think, are there any situations where I would really want to be able to use Thief against some Pokemon from trainers to be able to get access to certain held items? Can't remember if that's a thing in this particular game. Hi, I'm Pokemon. Oh, not call me Bill. I'm true Pokemaniac. Hey, what's that skeptical look? I'm not trusting you, pal. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with Pokemon. So how about it? Help me out here. I'm tempted to say no, but on the cell separation system. I have never watched The Fly. I know this is inspired by The Fly. I should watch it at some point. Saving Bullet Seed for Heracross. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we are hoping to do the whole game. The question with some of these things will be, do I need to teach someone the move before the Elite Four, or can I get away with not having it? And yet, that's going to be the problem. Bullet Seed's special. Parasect is a physical attacker. Like, I'm not sure I have any Pokemon who really suit it. before? We did. Okay. In which case we can just go straight through past not Officer Jenny. If you can buy a TM for Dig, tell me where. I guess he had to go to a completely different region to get that TM. The lack of purchasable TMs in these old gens is painful. Like, it's completely understandable why, for competitive battles, like in person, in these old gens, that people would have actually cheated. Like, the lack of purchasable TMs just made things so much more inconvenient. Like, you want multiple Pokemon on your party who have Earthquake? Okay, so you've got to train them up on separate save files and transfer them to the one save file. Okay. It's just an utter pain. Like, how many hours did you need to... Or breed, I guess. Chain breeding... I mean, you would have been doing a lot of chain breeding. Especially if you want to do everything legit, you would have been doing a lot of chain breeding. Like... Back in these gens, they weren't really making them for, like, with the idea of there being big tournaments and so on and so forth, so that they did not respect your time. And you can buy Dig. Oh, I can? Celadon? Oh, for the love of... And I can't cut yet, so literally the only way out is through that house. Okay, because Dig is another attack that might be useful then. Like, Parasect definitely learns it. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I had taught my Parasect back in the day. Now, what's this? Oh, that's right, I remember that space that goes to all the grass. Which does mean we need to do that. Before we're allowed to move on. Now what's on Route 5? Running when we're allowed. Meowth! Okay, yes. We wanted this. So, we discussed this last week. I'm allowed to keep Pokemon in my party that aren't being used for battling. So... Oh, for the love of... So we want to keep Meowth, because Meowth is, I think, the only Pokemon in this game that has pickup. Or at least the only one until, like, post-game. Something like that. Ow. But yeah, we want pickup because that's how we get hidden power. So that's going to be very painful. But if we can get hidden power, that will again make the run much, much easier. Now, are there any other Pokemon on this route I need to catch? I'm not seeing any so far. Come on already, give me Meowth. Please don't tell me it's got low rate. Just Meowth, good. There we go. Okay, we might just throw a ball and hope. There we go. Now, it would be just my luck if it can have multiple... No! Pick up. Good. Okay. Let's go heal up and then continue on. Ah, right, the daycare. No, I would not. Says a lot about how long it's been that I didn't remember the daycare was there. Now, I don't know what the odds are of getting hidden power. I expect they're not great. But we're going to have to make sure we check Meowth fairly frequently and see what it comes up with. I'm not certain off the top of my head which Pokemon I would give it to first. Because, I mean, in the long run, they all probably need it. Of course, I'm not allowed through. Because they're thirsty. 5%. Well, I mean, we've already caught a 5% Pokemon, so that's not horrible. Do you have a Nidoran female? I want to trade for my Nidoran male. Not right now. Oh wait, no, I have to do that, don't I? We agreed on that one, that I was allowed the mercy on trying to catch the Nidoran. because I had to do the trade. So this will finally wipe away our shame. And now I'm wondering, what else did I need to catch for trades? Do I need to go get another Abra? Yeah, because it was a 1%, and that was just getting ridiculous. Interesting that it's showing the wireless connector. Did the wireless connector come? Actually, yeah, because I remember now, the wireless connector came with this game in Japan. Which means I have one. And no GBA to play it on now because I gave that to the museum. Okay, this is Route what? Route 6. Okay, so what is on Route 6 that we need to catch? Well, I guess we'll just have to go in some grass and find out, which means I guess we're battling this person first. Yep. Oh, that is some. Oh, that needed rain. Whatever. There aren't many bugs out here. Well, that's because they're all in my balls. Nothing new here yet? Okay, well that makes things a bit easier. And yes, KR Black, I realise I could have chosen better wording. Let's get a bit more experience. Just how bad is this trainer that they haven't evolved their Caterpie? Nice. You gonna give me a double battle? Nope. Leech Life. Do we learn Leech Life? I guess we do when we get rid of Scratch. I mean, the power's pathetic, but at least it's a bug move that'll give us a bit of health back. And Scratch is just overlapping with Secret Power for type coverage, so... if I should keep Secret Power once I've got Slash as an option. Ow, that's gonna hurt. Oh, not too bad. I mean, using the TM was a bit frivolous, but since we can buy it, it's not really a big issue. Nice easy match. I think we might move Patmos out of main now. Because I don't want to have to go running back to Cerulean to heal. Rats, that was the wrong move to make. Poison's going to be best for the type coverage here. Yeah. Well, so long as it doesn't use Confusion on me. Surprisingly, still not using Confusion on me. I mean, it's level 20, it should know Confusion. Well. I mean, did it even tackle me or anything? Like, surely it's got at least one damaging move. Oh, drats. Okay. This could be painful. I have to fight that because I can't risk swapping into a Gust. Oh, very good. Another one. We might have to run back to Cerulean. Butterfree should do decent damage here with Confusion, but... Geez, this Pidgey must not know Gust. I assume you mean Supersonic, not Confusion. Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, geez, actually, yeah, we're running back to Cerulean, aren't we? Because I'm just thinking, isn't there a rival battle coming up? Wait, is the next rival battle really SSN? Huh. Geez, my memory on the location of these rival battles really is horrible. Oh, whatever. At least this way we might get Paris some more experience. Oh, let's put away the Mr. Nido as well. Still nothing in the move Paris back, can't I? So Hidden Power was a 5% pickup chance, but what's the chance of any pickup? Because clearly I'm not getting much in the way of pickups. Farfetch'd, I'll always try to Spearow. I mean, we have to get them all, so yeah, I'll have to probably catch another Spearow at some point. For the trades, I think it's fair to just, so long as I have them before Elite Four, I'm not going to force myself to do them all as soon as I run into them. If only because of Fly. Like, until I get Fly, I can't easily go back, so. And it's only winning a battle too. So I've got to beat up wild Pokemon if I want it. Gotcha. Why was I thinking I could get items just wandering around? Or is that how it works in a later gen? Yeah, that's how I thought it worked. I mean, it quite possibly is, Jay. It's like, I have not bothered looking it up. Or rather, the last time I would have actually looked that up would have been years ago. I mean, like we've said it, for this, I'm not allowed to look up stuff on Bulbapedia for the purposes of the run, I only know what you guys are telling me, basically. Hello there, Banslam. And that Verse Seeker will get a lot of use later. I've kind of been ignoring the houses, haven't I? I mean, at the very least, we've got to get a Magikarp first, don't we? Now, will one Leech Life knock out Magikarp? Yes. So, we just have to throw the ball. It would be ridiculous if Magikarp ends up being as hard to catch as a Abra, because I can't damage it. Oh, well, no need to worry about that. Kawaii Pokémon, Koyinkingu. I don't remember the song. Okay. Let's see now. I'm trying to think. We can't get to the gym without Cut. So, do we have to go straight to the Ann? Or can we go out of town to the right? We could actually go out of town. We probably should do this then before we go to the Ann. Actually, now that I'm thinking, what Pokemon are in the grass here? Okay, yeah, when rando trainers have higher level Pokemon than you do, clearly we may actually need to train a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't have been running from all those wild Pokemon before. Oops. This would probably be a good time to train, yes. sweet. So what have I got to catch here? How many? Gamer. Oh, gambler, obviously. Should be. True, drowsy, and another Spearow. Okay, well, we don't need to worry about the Spearows. We can just get the Sandshrew and Drowsy. Ooh. Okay. That counts as Steel type now, doesn't it? I guess we just keep whacking it with secret power? This isn't Magnadeath, it's young Magnadeath. Yeah, it occurred to me. Like, I did these challenges. Well, I guess I did it in this game as well, but that was a long time ago. How did I handle Steel types? I had to have had a means of doing something to them, surely. Dig. That'll be it. It would have been dig. Yeah, dig has to be the attack we used against them. I can't think of anything else we... Well, wait. I guess we had Earthquake later on in the runs, but dig and... Well, I guess once we get Pinsir we'll have fighting type attacks too, and that'd be good enough. But yeah, until then... Tornado's not too ineffective. I think it's doing some damage. But now we're going to get KO'd, aren't we? Well, doesn't matter. Because Paris will get knocked out on a switch in. And Butterfree's going to be very vulnerable to the Thundershock. Oh dear, and it's paralyzed too. Does it not have Thundershock, this one? No, it hit me with Thundershock before, didn't it? Doesn't matter, we got it. Yes, in Gen 3 that question's a little harder to answer, Bugcatcher J. I mean, like, Arceus hasn't been introduced yet, so I don't think Kyogre and Groudon are going to hear my prayers. Maybe Ho-Oh? Patron god of 10-year-old trainers leaving Pallet Town? Did we not get Dig from the Dig House? I don't recall getting Dig. No. What did I need to do to get the Dig TM? How did I miss it? And I'll go back and grab it if I should be able to get it. Actually, I'll check my inventory. Yeah, because I talked to the guy after defeating the grunt and he didn't get it. I did get it? Okay, good. Well, in which case Paris is about to get Dig. Because I'm assuming it's the only one I have that can learn it. The grunt gave it to me. Okay, excellent. See, this is the problem of just speeding through the text. I completely missed that. Now, the bigger question, assuming I have Dig here. Okay, here's the bigger question. Is Dig a TM I can purchase at Celadon? Because I do not recall whatsoever what the Celadon department store TMs are. If I can purchase it, then I can safely teach it to Paris. If I can't, then I need to think about it. It is available. Thank heavens for that. Okay. I think poison powder. Okay, well, Brick Break's not a bad attack either. Alright, well that's gonna get spread around. Hyper Beam, maybe not so. Well, I might put Hyper Beam on something, but alright. Yeah, I think getting rid of Poison Powder here. Stun Spore I'm more likely to use against opponents so that Paris will actually go first. Yeah. It's kind of ironic that Paris, of all Pokemon, is going to become one of our stars just by its early type coverage. Figures I got poisoned. I mean, I don't think Beedrill learns a lot that's useful here, except what, Sludge Bomb? Oh, it can. Okay, good. So, and it wasn't on the list you were looking at. Do we not have that on Bulbapedia? Or were you looking at the wrong gen? It is on Bulba. Good. Oh, figures. Yeah, I'm not going to loophole myself when I said I'm not going to look at Bulbapedia and then look at some other fan site for the info. Okay, so... That is the second time it's happened, yes. Okay, so nothing else of use yet. But yeah, Brick Break certainly sounds like the kind of attack we need to grab as soon as it becomes available. Because otherwise we wouldn't get any fighting attacks until Pinsir. Trying to think what other TMs might be available early on that would be worthwhile grabbing. Well, Psychic, obviously, we know that needs to go on Beedrill. No, why did I say Beedrill? Butterfree. Like, I don't think Butterfree can learn Psychic without the TM, can it? So, as soon as we find it, that goes straight on it. What frustrates me is I don't think Return is available in this game as a purchasable TM, is it? Is there any way to get Return? Come on, don't get paralyzed. Need to get this Paris up to Parasect, I think. Since with Dig, ooh. Will that have Ember? Probably, but we're gonna try a Dig anyway. Parasect is probably our best hope for a quick win against... Oh, for the love of... for a quick win against Lieutenant Surge. Love of stop being paralyzed. It's gonna one-hit KO me now, but apparently not. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, I'm not getting lucky twice. Let's switch out to Beetle. Ice Beam, Iron Tail, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Gangon. Turns only with 12. Yeesh. And I don't think Ice Beam, Iron Tail, Thunderbolt, or Flamethrower can go on any of our bugs. I think we might be able to use Shadow Ball on... I don't know if Butterfree can use it. I think Venomoth can. Butterfree might be able to use it. In which case I'll need to think about our type coverage. I mean, realistically, we're not going to be having a lot of status moves or stat boosting moves. Like, we're not going to bother with things like Swords Dance or whatever when we get Scyther. We're just going to go straight type coverage with attacking moves as much as possible. Which does likely mean most Pokemon will have a hidden power. And, well, we will... Once we actually get the hidden power TM, we'll start testing to see what their hidden powers are. Maybe we won't use it on all of them, but I suspect a lot of them are going to end up having hidden power. Any of them can. Honestly, I don't know how we're going to do the Scyther. Like, it's... When I was playing Gen 1, I traded for them with my sibling. Gen 3... I actually traded with a random guy outside of Pokémon Center Nagoya. He was basically just like, "Oh, you're a foreigner. Do you want to trade with me?" And I traded him a... What did I give him for the Scyther? I know I had to trade it from my Sapphire because he wanted an English language Pokemon. I don't recall what I got, and then I had to trade the Scyther over to the LeafGreen myself. What did I get from him? I can't remember. Oh, no, what did I get? What did I give him? I don't think it was all that impressive. I think he originally wanted... like an egg from my first partner, and I'm like, I have not bred this, I can't do that. You know, I should find... I mean, I've got the cart, obviously. I should have a look at what I got from them. I don't understand the people that don't want Pokemon from their language and GTS sometimes. I mean, like, I wish that I had spent more time hanging out in, where was it? So Pokemon Center Nagoya back then was in a different place to where it is now. Was it? For some reason I've got the number 21 in my head. Because I think Sunshine... Was it Sunshine City? I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. It was a major shopping... well, not exactly a major shopping mall, but anyway, a largely open air one that was... But... It was a below ground above, open to the air. Like, you kind of had to see it. But I wish I'd spent more time at that Pokemon Center. I probably went less than 10 times. Mind you, it was not that cheap to travel on the train there, and it took quite a while. But not to mention that eating out was expensive, and the fast food there wasn't great. I think a few times I went there, I probably ended up eating at the McDonald's. I know I went there at least once. Now there was something on this rock, right? Yes, just go through. But yeah, I wish I'd been there with my English Sapphire, and that I'd just taken the time to trade more Pokemon from people. Not that I really needed to. Oasis 21, yes, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, I went there several times, including at least one event distribution. What did I get there? Must have been a Deoxys. Yeah, it must have been my Deoxys, since that was the movie that year. I actually went and saw that in a theatre in Nagoya with a couple of other Bulba staff members. Like this was a weird thing. Like we were basically just talking online one day, and I mentioned, oh yeah, no, I'm currently studying in Japan as an exchange student, and they're like, oh yeah, me too. Like, oh geez, I didn't know you were going to Japan. Where are you? I'm in Nagoya. Oh, me too. It's like, where are you? I'm at, where were they at? I think that was at Nagoya University or something like that, whereas I was at Meijo Daigaku. But, so there were two of them, right? Neither of them knew the other was an exchange student. I was talking to them both at the same time, and we found out they're exchange students, right? Both of them at the same university. And I'm like, wait, you're at the dorm here. You're at the dorm here. Like, you're accessing from the computer room in the dorm, and there's a bunch of other students around you also accessing on these computers in the dorm. I want you to stand up. The other person who stands up is also a Bulbagarden staff member. And so, yeah, that was Dogazu, who you might know better as the guy who runs Dogazu's Backpack, which Bulbagarden has hosted now for over 20 years. And King Lord 2, who was at that point anime forum mod. Obviously he's long. Geez, I don't think he's been on Bulba's stuff now for about 20 years. Probably stopped in about 2006, 2007. But anyway, two good members of staff at the time, and yeah, they had no idea the other was there, and it was just they found out because we were chatting, or rather, I was chatting to both of them separately, and we found out. It was just like complete coincidence that they were both online and chatting to me at the same time. But yeah, that was the... I'm trying to think, was that the first time I met someone from the Pokemon fandom? Or the online fandom in real life? When did I meet Mysterious Blue Hiker? He was a old-time fan, poker shipper, who also lived in Brisbane. I have a feeling I met him in 2003 before I left Japan, so this wouldn't be the first online fandom member I met, but Dorgazun King Lord would have been the first time I met actual Bulba staff. So first actual learn proper Japanese with professional weeaboos. Yeah, that's that's a decent way to phrase it. I wish I was much more fluent in Japanese than I am. I mean, I know my kanji, but I'm actually not that good at my jukugo. So I can recognize the individual kanji, but I kind of have to do a bit of reasoning before I'm like, oh, okay, so that's those two kanji together mean this. We already had a Sandshrew. That had a court logo on it. So we don't have any other Pokemon to catch here, right? Yeah, we've got Sandshrew, we've got the Spearow, and we just caught the Drowsy before. Yeah. Jeez, it's been so long since I've last seen that particular dex layout. Oh. Daijoubu. Nihongo wa muzukashii desu. まあ、難しいかどうかわかんないんだけどそんなに難しくないと思う。ただ、まあ、勉強するのはちょっと長い時間かかるかな。I will do that eventually. Once I can catch a Nidorina. Have I got 30 Pokemon? No, I don't. Because I haven't evolved things. Nagai Jikan, long time. Great Ball. Now, we weren't allowed to buy balls other than Pokeballs. Can we use a Great Ball since we found one? Or does that just get left in the pocket forever as a memento of the one time we actually found a better ball? I guess we can go in Diglett Cave as well, can't we? Oh, yes, yes, I said Nagajikan. Such a green. I guess I can't knock this out because I need to catch it. Diglett would be the only thing in this cave, right? I need to buy more balls. Now, if I remember correctly, this would take me... No Chinese country still. I mean, it would because you're used to things having slightly different shapes or sometimes different meanings. So of course it'd be more confusing if it's like going against what you know in another context. Ah, dang it. Oh wait, no, if it goes first, then it won't damage me. And I'll hit it. Dang it. Beating up these Diglett might be the best way for me to grind experience if I need it. Beats me. I could not tell you how it works in Gen 3. Oh wait, wouldn't it have Sandvale? Yeah, it'd have Sandvale. So that's the issue. Magnitude can hit me when I'm dug, can't it? Oh well, at least it's not going to be too dangerous. Well, doesn't matter anyway. Oh, do tell, what story? Assignment. Talk to steer class. Hello, Route 2. Not that we can get out because we do not have the ability to cut. Okay, well I need another Abra for that, but we can get that later. I'm going to guess from the context that character is a Chinese character as opposed to Japanese kanji. Gotcha, yep. I was about to say, like, I didn't recognize that kanji, and if that's, like, if that's first year, oh, there you go, the one with the arena trap. If that's first year, then I should definitely know all the kanji. Was your sensei, like, of Japanese descent, or was she a Westerner? And yes, there are, like, at least from the Japanese classes I did as an undergraduate, there were a lot of Chinese students who did Japanese. To the point where the teachers explicitly, like, the tests had to be the same for everyone, but they, like, made an effort to, when like telling us our relative positions in the class and so forth, like, it wouldn't be reflected in the official grades or anything, but they would outright say, like, this is the, like, the person who did the best on kanji, who's, like, not Chinese and so didn't have, like, other knowledge. Yeah, I had several native Japanese and one Australian woman who was actually the head of the department. I mean, like, she spoke fluently, married to a Japanese man, had lived there for several years, yada yada yada. But I always did think it was a little ironic that the head of the group actually teaching Japanese was not Japanese, while all the more part-time staff members were Japanese. Alright, let's get Parasect up, or rather get Paris up to Parasect, and then we'll go challenge the SSN. Who should we teach? Is it bad I took Japanese within a video game and wanted to work in the industry? I mean, why do you think the rest of us did? Though, I mean, I'd been into Japan and Japanese culture ever since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then, I think I was in the sixth grade when they started teaching. Well, when I started being able to learn Japanese in primary school. Unfortunately for me, it was the year that they started teaching Japanese to people in the 5th grade. So, like, they started us and the 5th graders at the exact same level. The way they'd introduced it's like started with the 7th graders, which was the final grade of primary school when I was going. Then the 2nd year they were teaching at the school, which was when I started. They were teaching. No, sorry. 2nd year when they were teaching it was to 7th and 6th graders. Then the 3rd year they were teaching at the school, which is when I started. They were 5th, 6th, and 7th, and eventually I think they went as low as 3rd graders for starting language studies. And by the time you went to high school, it wasn't all Japanese, but I'm pretty sure that at least where I was, I didn't know a single person who went to a public school. Maybe some of the ones who went to private did different, but people who went to different public schools all seemed to do Japanese in primary school. At least where I was in Australia. I can only assume that was because they were like such a big economic partner for Australia at the time, and it just made sense. But like we're talking here like early 1990s. Kind of ironic that we now actually have a Pokemon that is, that Paris is actually now stronger than Beedrill. Oops. Why did I just go knock it out? Ah! Hit the wrong button. Yeah, Japanese kanji split off from Chinese kanji a fairly long time ago. It's had its own simplifications and so forth, but it hasn't followed the exact same patterns. It makes sense that numbers that had simplified forms would become simplified, because you'd imagine that traders would have been using those all the time. Okay, we will put Beedrill up first. I should also buy some more balls. I won't buy too many though. We need to make sure we've got enough money in Celadon for all of the TMs we may need to buy there. Okay, I don't remember when these battles start, so... Actually, don't we need to battle this guy? No. Is this guy we need to battle? I thought there was a guy running. Before we do, can we see it? we cannot. No way to see it, unfortunately. Now I'm trying to think. It would be fun to do. We couldn't do this without trading, but it would kind of be fun to do a sequence break and not have the SSN not have it leave port. But it might be a bit of a pain to do. I mean, like, our rules did say we should put it on a bug Pokemon, but it doesn't feel right to have the Scyther too early, does it? Like, if we got a Scyther and as a trade now, we would have to not use it until after Safari Zone, like until after we'd say caught 2 pincers to be the equivalent of like 1 for ourselves and 1 for the trade. But we could, maybe. I mean, I don't think... How much time is there? About half an hour left for today, so I don't think we're completely clearing SSN today. Dang it. Oh, dang it! That's not allowed. Whoops. That should have gone in the PC. We're gonna go back to the Pokemon Center and get rid of that. Well, our punishment is the fact that we don't get as much XP from this battle now because that stupid Diglett's gonna steal it. A rare candy? That's a pickup. I think we hold on to the rare candy. Late game grinding is a pain. I think that is something we hold on to for the Elite Four. Same odds as the TM. Okay, well, that bodes well for picking stuff up then. I mean, I'm not inclined to do a serious punishment on the basis that that roar could have forced out Bulbasaur or Meowth. So long as we immediately switch from the Pokemon out from the battle and don't use it, I think we're in the clear. I could have hit. Well, whatever. I had to take the Diglett back anyway, but we can heal there without going all the way back. Ow. It's amazing how powerful confusion can be as an attack. Like, it doesn't even have that high an attack power. But early on you're fighting enough Pokemon that are weak to psychic attacks, that don't have very good special defense stats. Like, it really, really pulls its weight in this run. Yeah, a poison type run of Gen 1 would be, you would be spoilt for choice. You have so many different Pokemon available, letting you cover so many different types. It's ridiculous. For a third of all current poison types from Gen 1. Yikes! Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. Brick Break. Are you sure that we can buy Brick Break? Wait, was it Brick Break that we can buy? I'm not getting it wrong, right? Was it Brick Break? Excellent, okay. Well, that's a new attack for Beedrill then. Keep doing that. Does Pinsir learn it normally? What fighting? I know Pinsir learns a bunch of fighting type moves in this gen, but what moves were they specifically? Does it get it through level up? And I'll just sleep in this strange woman's bed and heal up. Thank you. Oh, wait a sec, that's a item. Ah, give and take. Cherry berry. Bag. get rid of focus energy, I think. Because realistically, I don't think trying to, with how weak bugs are, trying to status boost ourselves will just be knocked out. Like sometimes we're only going to get one attack, so let's make it count. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe if you're a police officer on a secret mission, you shouldn't, you know, tell everyone about it. Okay. I hope that grape ball wasn't a berry. Eels. What? Summon this. What? Well, okay. Here you go. Snowy, if you're still around, there's some lines that do suggest real world animals. I'll take those berries. I mean, there are dex entries that changed over the gens. So, like, there's... I recall there was one dex entry that explicitly mentioned, Indian elephants, and it was changed in a later gen to now... Yeah, that's it, exactly. Raichu's Indian elephant changed to be Copperaja. Yeah, I kind of do wonder what Lieutenant Surge would be called from. Would be called today. Like in Gen 1 and 3, he was the Lightning American. Is he now the Lightning Unovan? Or I don't know which. It'd be interesting if he was from somewhere like well, I'm blanking on the name of the region. Let's go change it. Oh, you know what? I don't recall, but if it did, then that doesn't surprise me. That would be appropriate. Not again. The Lightning Lieutenant. Okay. Does he still reference the war? Like, we don't know what war it is. Ooh, Rage. Ooh. Now, there's a question. So in this gen, Rage is pretty weak, right? Trying to remember what the effects of Rage were in this gen. I don't think it's worth it, is it? One more time, decided all these questions if we can say this from over. Yeah, I don't think Rage is worth it. I'm pretty sure Fury Attack is going to be more consistent damage. Like, if it actually boosted my stat for the rest of the battle, that would be one thing. But if it's only until you stop using that attack, it's not worth it. And I'm pretty sure it's only while you're using Rage. How do you miss? And welcome back, Snowy. You missed the. Well, we'll go back because I need to heal anyway. I'll show you it. But in the context of what chat was just talking about, I feel obliged to mention that every Pokemon game is a separate alternate universe, and so what was true in one generation of game is not true in all of them, but in this one at least, there you go, eels and salmon, so you've got some actual real world stuff. Toad and Blue, but found a chest line. Tries to replaying those events. Yeah, it's like Let's Go is. We can only conclude Let's Go is another universe. Oops. So not entirely there, Snowy, because if you play blue, red or blue, and then you play gold or silver, does the champion that you fight have your team and your name? Of course he doesn't. So why'd I go back here? I should have gone to the woman with the head healed there. So, like, events like Red and Blue happened in your game of Gold and Silver, but it's still an alternate world to your game of Red and Blue. Like they're two separate universes, even though there were events like that in there. Snowy, we've run Bulbapedia. Of course we're going to nitpick about things like this. Come on. And yes, I did leave the ship to heal, and I realised I didn't need to do that. It wouldn't have been a link table donuts for ketchup. It'd be like how in Gen 4, if you were playing Diamond and Pearl while you had a Gen 3 game in the DS's GBA cart slot. I mean, that was how you did the whole thing for bringing your Pokemon forward. That's what Sucker Rabbit was talking about with a dual slot feature. I said Dino Guts for ketchup. Did I say donuts? Oh yeah, if they want to do in Gen... Well, see, that was actually the thing. If you did trade with Gen 1 from a Gen 2 game, wasn't there some records stuff like I'm trying to remember the trainer house, and you'd fight like people you'd traded with their teams in the trainer house. Was that only with people's teams from Gen 2, or did that also let you fight their teams from any Gen 1 carts you traded with? Only for Gen 2 to Gen 2, okay. I remember the first time my siblings saw that feature. They just finished trading with me, and they were fighting my team, which coincidentally at that time I didn't have my normal team in silver. I actually had the full set of Gen 1 bugs as my team, so the team they saw was all the Gen 1 bugs, and they didn't know about the whole how that trainer house feature worked, and they thought all the trainers had been programmed in, and so they thought that oh wow, I knew you were a really big person on all the online Pokemon forums, but I didn't realise they'd put you into the game. I was like, no, they didn't. That's just completely because we did the trade. I mean, this was before I ran Bulbagarden. This was well before Bulbapedia. So, yeah, it's I'm not that well known. just the one sibling. Well, just the one sibling back then, because I've got step siblings now. But yeah, it's probably easier if I don't push your foot around it. So yeah, that said sibling is trans. I have never clarified with them how they want to be referred to from before they transitioned. So, like obviously I can't use their name online. So, because I don't know their intentions, I default to gender neutral from before their transition. At least trust me for name question? Sure, far away. Aside from Momoe, do you know any other pronunciations for it? Oh, jeez. Name pronunciations are not something I'm good at. I'm not even sure I would have read that as Momoe, just looking at it. I would completely need to look that one up. Yeah, I thought you were going to ask a name question like, why are you named Archaic? Okay, so the cap, or my rival's around this way, right? I think so. Which means I can go to the basement. Because you're the most Pokemon fan. Well, so I've been known as Archaic since 1998. 98? Yeah. December 1998. I think that's right. Is it December? 1 second. Let's see. Red and blue versions came out in Australia October 23rd, 1998. So yeah, it would be December 1998. I was in high school when Pokemon came out, yes. Hello, I'll just steal whatever you've got here. Just okay, because I played retro, or what I considered to be retro consoles back then, which was like I enjoyed playing on my NES. 23rd October. Oh, was it? Well, okay. What date did I say? December's when I started getting into the online community. So, was it? Well, no, December's when I started posting actively on forums, I should say. At least I think it was December. Or was it November? No, December would have been when I started posting on the original UPN. So before then I would have posted on a variety of guest books and so forth, but not proper forums. I have no idea what name I used for those. So October 20. Oh, ha ha ha. Both are acceptable, Snowy, when writing it out in long form. And really, if I was going to, if you wanted to make that joke, Snowy, it wouldn't work because my computer is configured for year, month, day. So it'd be 1998, October 23rd. Anyway. Pokemon first came out, but I much play it. My first console was NES. Yeah, my first console was an Atari 2600. It had wood grain. It had actual, I think it was fake wood, but it looked like it had wood. Yeah. I mean, so you have to remember that back then they wanted the games consoles to appear natural under the TV to fit in with other appliances that people had, and a lot of the early VCRs and the record players that people had, these were they, if not being partially made out of wood for their casings, they had wood grain to blend in with everything. That was making stuff that didn't look completely plastic, so that it looked more like something for the family and serious as opposed to just a toy, was a thing. And I mean, remember, the electronics didn't get that hot back then. We're not talking computer chips that had ridiculous amounts of power consumption here. I don't have my 26,000 anymore. I don't actually know what happened to it, but I don't have the actual console. I do still have all my 2600 games in their original boxes, with their manuals even, the full things. So, like, one of these days, I'm going to buy one of those retro consoles that can play original carts, and I will play my original Atari 2600 games. I believe many of the like retro Atari things that they sell that are like the Atari equivalent of NES Minis do actually have a working cartridge port. So one of these days I will get one. But I mean, if I ever do that, I will see if there is any way I can stream it. Like, if I'm using one of the modern ones, they'd have HDMI out, so that wouldn't be too hard. If I was using an original one, the Australian ones had an RF port, so it could plug into anything that used just an antenna cable, basically, an RF cable. They weren't like the American types where you had to like screw it in. So keep doing that. If I could get one of those, it's not too hard to convert that to a signal that I could stream with. But I mean, one of the modern ones with HDMI out would be a lot easier. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to do modding. I'm not confident in that. Like, despite being like a child of the 80s, I cannot solder. That is not a skill I have. So but yeah, I'll probably just get one of those modern Atari retro consoles at some point, or something else like that. But hey, if I ever do, then I will absolutely stream. And we'll see if I'm still as good at River Raid now as I was back then. What games did I have? What do I have? Rather, they're downstairs. So I had I think it was the Hot Action Pack, which was a pack, and the Rad Action Pack. So that's two separate packs of 4 games. I had River Raid 2. River Raid 1 was in, I think, the Hot Action Pack. And I had Double Dragon. I think Double Dragon might have been the very first video game I actually paid for with my own money. And then I think River Raid 2 was the second one, because it was like River Raid was just absolutely my favourite game on the Atari, and then I saw River Raid 2, I was like, oh, holy heck, yes, and then I absolutely sucked at River Raid. How do you stream from a retro console? So, I mean, I've already streamed on this channel on a retro console many times. So, what time is it? Oh, geez, we're past time anyway, so I guess that actually means this is a good time to have this little chat, because I don't need to be constantly playing. Like, so, like, I have streamed from, what's the oldest console I streamed on? I think I streamed on a Wii, so using something that took the AV outs and let me turn that into a digital signal that could be used for HDMI. And I've used a Cyber Gadget Retro Freak, which is a Japanese like retro console that has ports for Famicom, NES, Super Famicom, Super NES, Mega Drive, Genesis, and I think I can't remember if I have the adapter to do Master System in that or not. I think you need an adapter for it. Um, and could also do Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and TurboGrafx PC Engine. So, like the big draw card of that basically is like, yeah, okay, it's using obviously some software emulation stuff in there, um, but you play off the original carts. So uh, that's something I enjoy doing. Um, and like one of the other advantages of it is that it can back up save files. So I actually have backed up original save files from my old games, and it also has the ability to um, put a save it onto the cart. So uh, I can actually, with that, do things like, I mean, if I really wanted to be cheeky, I could get a save of a Gen 3 game that had everything I could ever possibly want, that would look that was completely legit, and put it onto that cart, transfer all those Pokemon off that cart to Gen 4 so I can start moving them up, and then replace the save file on that with my original save file. So I'd still have everything on the Gen 3. So, like, the Retro Freak thing's quite cool, but I don't know if they even still sell them. It's been quite a while. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of like these retro consoles they make now that like will let you play off the original carts, and a lot of them will have HDMI out. Uh, so like that is our preferred way to play most of those old games on this channel. Um, and frankly, I look forward to when that becomes possible for DS and 3DS, because well, I don't have a modded cart and a modded system, and Nintendo gets a bit antsy in their uh, content creator guidelines about using emulation tools like that. Well, not really an emulation tool, but rather uh, modifying the hardware. They get it antsy about that. So like, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to play some more of those old games and a bunch of other games. And hey, sometime I'll do that on like a personal channel. We will do that eventually, but obviously not for a while yet. On Over Dreamworld, speak of the devil, there has been some fan work on that in the recent past, with people basically reconstructing the dream world from like publicly available materials. Like as far as I'm aware, um, there's no use of like stolen assets in the sense of like something that might have been taken during the Giga Leak or whatever. As far as I'm aware, they've basically rebuilt it from like caches that were on people's old computers and stuff on the web archive, and some good old fashioned reverse engineering and programming their own things for it. So I'm not sure how much of it's functional, but using Pretendo like stuff, so like which is itself like a private recreation of like the old Wi-Fi connection stuff. Like technically there are ways to use Dreamworld via that sort of thing. But yeah, this like I mean, yeah, we're not going to use emulation, or not emulation in the sense of like emulator software, ROMs, and that sort of thing. We may use emulation in the sense of retro consoles, but I mean, it's not like there's any other way to play an original Game Boy game and connect it to the net without, or rather, and connect it to a computer without modifying a console. So, yeah. Anyway, it is 10:15 local time. I do need to be heading off. Who do we have from our community who is currently streaming? Uh, and how long have they been going? Okay, I'll send you over to Magnadeth, I think, because he hasn't been streaming as long as Jiggy has. So he might actually end up going for a bit longer. That's probably a bit safer. So, alright, just before we do, let's make sure I've properly saved. Alright, so where are we going next week? We are going to hopefully defeat Lieutenant Surge. We will decide before next week if we are going to be cheeky and do a sequence break run so we can get cut and leave the SSN there. It does feel a bit too cheeky to do. Maybe we won't bother, but maybe we'll do that some other time. Might be a fun excuse to do like a full Gen 1 style complete sequence break at some point. I mean, it might be even sillier to do it on a Gen 1 card at some point, but I don't particularly want to do that because that would mean we don't have running. Oh, well, I guess we'd have the bike, but anyway, I should get going. It's late and I've got to do some work in the morning. So thank you all for joining me. As always, I've been Archaic, Bulbagarden Webmaster, resident old trainer yelling at Altaria, and I'll see you again this time next week for some more Anthropodcast. Until then, I'll throw you over to Magnadeth, and of course you can join us and join all the other Bulbagarden streamers on this channel, on our Discord, on our forums, and on Bulbapedia. Have a good night, everyone. See you around.